What if the only thing standing between you and the confidence that you crave is proof that you've been ignoring? Let me show you how to validate yourself, especially when no one else does. I'm Corey Levatus, a speaker, coach, and creator of the Overwhelm Culprit Framework. And this one's personal. After surviving over 15 years in an abusive marriage, I had to relearn how to validate myself. I had spent over 15 years being told that my appearance wasn't ideal. And I tell this story in one of my keynotes where I had felt so amazing. I was 7 months pregnant. I went to a huge convention for work and I decided to wear lipstick that day, lipstick that I don't normally ever wear. And I sent my ex a selfie of myself at the conference to let him know I was there and I was okay. And his response was, "You should wipe that lipstick off. It makes you look like a clown." And I took that comment with me, not just into my business meetings that day, but I carried it with me for my life. And I really truly believe that anytime I wore makeup that I looked stylish because that's what I had always heard. So when it came time for me after getting out of that relationship, I had to relearn how to validate myself and not take into account too much what other people say about me, not be constantly seeking others' approval. And truth was, it didn't start with a TED talk. It didn't start with a viral quote that inspired me to finally try to work up to my confidence. It started with a single terrifying act. When I thought of what was the one thing that I could do when I was feeling the lowest of the low of my appearances post divorce, it was booking myself a makeover at Sephora. And the reason that was terrifying was because I never wore makeup because every time I did, I was told that I looked terrible when I wore it. So booking that makeover at Sephora was pivotal for me because it really pushed my comfort zone. And sitting in that makeup artist chair and allowing somebody else to work their magic on me, by the time it was done, I didn't recognize the woman in the mirror at all looking back at me. And I also didn't believe the comments and the compliments that I received from people after on how awesome I looked. And this resulted in something my friends referred to as Corey's Summer of Selfies. I started posting selfies, not necessarily for likes and not because I suddenly had 7 brand new shades of lipstick and no one to critique me for wearing it, but because I still needed evidence from other people that I looked as good as I felt. Eventually, I stopped needing the compliments and the comments and the likes from other people to tell me what I already knew. I'm going to share with you the 3-step process that I use for myself as well as my coaching clients to help build real confidence with no outside approval required. This is actually a great starting off point too. If you just took my overwhelmed culprit quiz and you learn that your overwhelmed culprit is lack of confidence, because this is very much a confidence theme episode. So the very first step that you take in this process of learning to validate yourself is to get very specific on what you are seeking validation for. Is it your appearance? Is it your expertise? Is it your leadership skills? Confidence isn't one size fits all. It requires pinpointing the specific area that will give you more power moving forward. So using the example I shared earlier, for me, it was very much my appearance. I was at that point in time that I got my divorce. I was 5 months postpartum. I didn't like my weight at that point. I didn't like the way I physically looked. I didn't wear makeup or anything. My hair was all disheveled. It was definitely my appearance. So think, what is it that you specifically are seeking validation for? I work with a lot of coaching clients that they're seeking validation for their expertise, for example. So they're constantly out there and they're overdoing it on things like certifications, right? So you got to really deep down look at what is it that I truly do not feel confident about? And what specifically am I looking to other people to validate that I'm actually good at or that I'm actually really confident with? And next is really easy. It's just collect proof of it, right? Seriously, write it all down. You could do one of my favorite things for myself and my coaching clients I have everybody do is something called a compliments file. It could be digital. You could put it on your desktop. You could put it on your phone. You could make it a physical file and print stuff out, whatever works for you. But anytime anyone says anything nice about you, Write it down, print it out, or screenshot it and put it in that folder. A great exercise you could do that I have my coaching clients do as well is to email your closest colleagues, friends, clients, and ask them, what do you think my greatest strengths are? And add all these amazing answers that you're going to get. And by the way, for that exercise to work great, you really want a large pool of people. So anywhere, I'd say 10 to 15 minimum. More than that's even better. You take all of this information and you put it into your confidence file, right? You're going to fill it with testimonials, awards, achievements, certifications, compliments, screenshots, even moments when you showed up and things were hard. You want to record your receipts because receipts are the antidote to doubt. Then from there, you want to make sure that you take action, and you want to do so even before you feel confident. Confidence isn't the prerequisite, it's the results. So for me to feel better about my appearance, that required me booking an appointment at Sephora, even though I didn't like the way I looked at the time and I didn't feel confident about makeup. I didn't know how to do makeup. So the appointment at Sephora was meant to help teach me what I needed to know and for me to kind of fail along the way, figuring out how to do my makeup and feeling confident. So that action that you take is what helps you build the confidence. And the more that you do it, the less scary and more confident that you feel, right? The more you do the thing, the less you need others to validate you doing it. So if you're ready to stop outsourcing your confidence to other people and start trusting your own voice, let's work together. My one-on-one coaching programs are designed to help high-achieving women and allies just like you rebuild your self-trust, reconnect to your power, and take bold, confident action personally as well as professionally. You can apply now and learn more at www.corylowe.com/coaching. So I'd love to know, which of the 3 steps are you excited to check out first? Send me a DM. I'm most active on LinkedIn. And if you have any questions too, feel free to send them my way. I'll do a follow-up video answering all your questions. Remember, you are the validation. You don't need anybody else validating you for you. And I'll help you prove it to yourself. You've got this. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.
Thanks for checking out The Next Step with Cory Lowe. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend, subscribe, and leave a review. Together, we'll transform overwhelm into action, and we'll keep taking the next step towards confident leadership. See you next time.